Hello, and welcome to my tarot table. Today I would like to do a little video. Wasn't planning on jumping on here today, but I'd like to see how King Frederik X and Queen Mary, the new monarchs in Denmark, I'd like to see how their next 6 months is going to go. So let's start with a card for him. This is the middle of January, so how is King Frederik's February going to go? Well, that one's out. And not very good for King Frederik. He's still dealing with some very harsh truths being said about him, and he's feeling stabbed in the back over it. And without going into details, I think everyone knows the scandal. What about Queen Mary? What about Queen Mary? How is her February going to be? She's feeling the loss too. She's still grieving over, well, darn it. Okay, that's too many. That's 3. I'm not going to take those. So February is going to have some heartbreak and regret for both of them. We know that Queen Marguerite Daisy has advocated because of her health. I'm wondering if things are more serious than we're being told. What about their March? That's February. What about March? March for Frederik. What about March? What's his March going to be like? Okay, he's going to come into his own. Going to be some very joyful. Going to have some clarity. I'm sorry, can you see that? Trying to keep these in camera. And Queen Mary. What is her March going to be like? What is Queen Mary's March going to be like? 8 of Swords. She's feeling very restricted. She is looking for a way to free herself. She's feeling a little tied up in March. I imagine it is quite a different lifestyle from what they're used to. What about April? What's April going to be like for Frederik? Frederik. April. He's coming into his own. He's working on it. He's coming into his own. He's getting control of his emotions. He's got to step up into that king role. And what about Mary? What about Queen Mary's April? Well, that one's out. She's going to be creating some things. She's also going to be coming into her own. Coming into her own power, her own magic. Looks like she finds her way out of March after all. So that's February, March, April. We're up to May. What is May going to hold for King Frederik? What is May going to hold? Nine of Wands. He's feeling embattled. He's resolute. But he's bruised and battered from some of this too, I guess. What about Queen Mary? What does her May have in store for her? Healing, hope, and the star is divine healing. So they both have some major arcana showing up. Star is definitely a positive, hopeful, it's that kind of that divine intervention. So May is going to be very good for Mary, Queen Mary. What about June? What is June going to hold for King Frederik? What is June going to hold for King Frederik? Knight of Cups. He finds his love again, his romance. And Mary? What is Queen Mary's June going to be like? Clarity. New ideas. A new way forward. Announcements. A lot of communication. And July. Well, that one's out. Frederik's got the Seven of Pentacles for July. Putting in the work to reap the reward. That's a good card. It's a patience card. It's a card of waiting. And Queen Mary? What does July hold for Queen Mary? Knight of Swords. She's got some passions, some ideas. She's moving forward fast with something. Two swords sitting next to each other. You're going to see something, definitely. She's coming into her own too, into her kingly power. Not bad cards at all for a first 6 months. Learning the job. That's really that, learning the job. If we could give some advice for them both. This is my Archangel Michael's sort of light oracle cards. If we could have one card for both of them, what do they need to focus on together for their monarchy? What do they need to focus on together? Don't settle for less. You're a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. That's a wonderful message. If you made it this far with me, thanks for sticking around. I do appreciate your time. I will see you on the next one.